Was it pretty good to get tested like that, and what did you think of the way that they kind of fought through and stayed resilient in the second half?
Yeah, I think we did a good job of closing the game. You know, after watching their Santa Clara game right now, I think Santa Clara is going to be really good this year. You know, we knew that they were starting to figure it out. They looked tough and they looked versatile, and they got a lot of guys, and they all bring a little bit something different. And I think Bobby's done a really nice job, creating ISOs. And you know, we had troubles with those ISOs against USC, and we had some trouble tonight. But through it all, we kept playing good offense and closed really well.
Can you assess the qualities that Khalif brings you?
Well, I mean, he's quick twitch and he's athletic and one of those guys that can really go downhill. We really haven't had somebody like that in a while. And even though he's not getting a lot of them, I mean, I guess he did tonight, but he's an excellent free throw shooter. A really good free throw shooter, has a knack for getting himself to the line. So those are obviously qualities we didn't have.
Really explosive.
Yeah.
You know, short time.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
definitely. Yeah.
Coach, I know we've talked about it for the last few years, but Ryan down the stretch just so poised and steady. What you think of his game?
I mean, he was amazing. I mean, we just lean on him so hard, and just, you know, for the most part, makes right. I mean, he has 11 assists and no turnovers. I mean, I think the other night he had 11 assists and 2 turnovers, and it's just an incredible luxury to have. He's really good. I'm surprised. Hopefully he'll start getting a little more love and attention on the national scene because he's something.
And what'd you think of Braden tonight? I know you rolled with him instead of bringing Graham back there late.
Yeah, he was good. He was good his first run, and we hung with them, and then we went back to him into the first half, and he was really good. He was attacking their, you know, posts inside, and he was finding the ball, and you know, for the most part, he wasn't hurting us too bad defensively. So you know, that's why we just kind of let him go.
First game in the kennel this season, sort of how did you see the crowd sort of influence a lot coming down the stretch and sort of getting back in the game?
I mean, that's a question for those guys. You know, I think the other team that probably answer that better than me. I'm just kind of focused on you know, our team.
Mark, what did I know Michael didn't shoot as well as he'd like, but I thought he made quite a few big defensive plays in that second half with Jihad.
Ajayi?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was great. I mean, think about that run in the first half. We were kind of in a little lull, and he got in there and just did what Mike does, man. He just plays with just great energy and great. He just assumes every ball is his once they hit the rim, and he goes flying in there. And that's another quality that we haven't had in these last couple of teams, and it's nice to have. He's still kind of learning everything, but I mean, he gets 12 boards and 20-something minutes. So he needed every one of them. And then he made a huge defensive stop down the stretch. They were really isolating number 8 on us, and a lot of the guys didn't have an answer. He made a big stop there.
Coach, what do you think about the? I mean, you've seen a lot of great alley-oops here in this building. When you see Nemhard just battle and just put, well, I mean, it just blew off the roof here. What do you think about that one?
I don't know. I see him practice. I see him. I don't know. I got to see some nice ones this summer, so I guess I'm a little bit numb to them. So I just thought it was a nice decision and a good finish. And but yeah, I mean, obviously those things get the crowd going, and you know, certainly we needed that down the stretch.
How big is this game to get through this whole non-conference tough schedule and keep building momentum?
I mean, we just need to every game, you know, that's going to be the biggest one of the year, and then we just have to come out. We have to. I think we, got punched in the mouth here a couple different times during that game and had to respond. Great if we win them all by 38, but it's just not going to happen. I mean, we shot the ball really well the other night against Baylor, and they did not. And this is one of those games where, these guys were shooting the ball pretty good from 3, which they've shown, and we were not until late. So that's kind of basketball. So you got to be able to lean into some other areas.
Mark, the way Ryan runs that pick and roll, whether it's with EK or Huff, EK had 4 to Huff, and then the way Andrew did it, just something in the mixed
I
regimes.
mean, you need to ask Claude that. I mean, I think, I would guess Ryan really watched Andrew, you know, a lot, and they're both just at the highest level you can be in pick and roll, college or pro, quite frankly, with their decisions and the windows that they can put the ball in. Those are not big windows they're putting the ball into, but they are, they're something.
Coach, I think Caleb had 0 points at half, and then the second half he did knock down a couple big threes, had the big play. Just what does it say about his mentality that it just doesn't phase him?
I mean, that's kind of who he is. I mean, you go back and look at how he was at Arkansas, you know, down the stretch for them. And he's kind of streaky, and if he hits one, I mean, he's a little bit like Snacks, Norvell was for us. If one goes in, you know, there's a couple more probably coming. But you know what, tonight, I mean, he had 7 boards tonight, which was huge. That's a big step up for us. Mike had a big defensive play, and then Caleb had a big defensive play too down the stretch. Which again, that's these little tiny growth steps that we're taking that we need to do. We're not a finished product, or nor are we a juggernaut yet. I mean, we got some holes we still got to get better at in some areas.
Time for one more, Coach.
Coach,
Go ahead.
back-to-back power conference opponents. You got UMass Lowell coming in here, a really good major. Coach has been there the last 10 years or so. What do you hope to get sort of out of this matchup?
To be honest with you, I'll start watching tonight. So I mean, they got to hopefully play good. We need to play good every night out. I mean, yeah, this landscape has really changed out there. I mean, everybody complain about losing guys or whatever, but I mean, this team had a bunch of 5th-year. You can flip your rosters really quick, and even if you're at a level like UMass Lowell, you can go out and get different guys that weren't happy somewhere else, and are probably pretty darn good players. So, yeah, they're probably better than who we need to be playing at this point, but we're playing them anyway, so we've got to gear up.